Well, this is the back row of our solar panels. We've got 3 rows here. The back row's on a more obtuse angle. Every 2 or 3 months I need to come out here and give them a good clean, because as you can see on this back row that's not been cleaned yet, I've got quite a bit of build-up of pigeon poo, but also being out in the country air, just look at this algae starting to adhere onto the glass panels, much more confident along the base here. And obviously if you let that build up, it will get textured and start deteriorating on the surface, and then your solar output goes down. Now in high sunlight we've got here today, that's not such an issue, but when we haven't got bright sunlight, that's when it really starts making a difference. And if you believe what they all say, that in a string your panels will only work at the optimum level of the worst panel in the string, then if one of these gets a particular bad build up, then your whole string output's going to go down. So what we do is come in, we've got a standard cheap mop, $3.99, I think that was from Poundland, but it's absolutely ideal to do the job. A bucket of cold fairy liquid filled, just a good couple of squirts in there, just to help remove and loosen any of that pigeon poo. And then with a hose pipe, I know Kate's jumped the gun here a bit, but usually what I do is spray them off to wet them up and loosen the stuff, and then we go all over them with a good firm mop to remove as much of that build-up as we possibly can. And
it has rained a lot in Norfolk.
Then spray it all off. I mean, you'd think with the angle that we've got this back row on, you wouldn't get the build-up you do, but it's just like a pigeon roost up there most times. And you can see along here what we're talking about. That starts building up, the nutrients in it then make their way down to the bottom, where there's always this little lip, and then the algae starts growing and it very quickly builds up. Now if you've got these on a roof, you're probably not going to notice this from a distance, but it's only when you've got access to panels like this in a field. The bottom of these panels are about 70 centimeters off the ground, which makes it just possible with a normal size mop to reach the top and give them a really good mopping. And I'm just going to work my way down 30 at a time. I've done the front 2 rows, so you can't see whether it's going to work straight away, and we've had so much variation in the sunlight here over the last few days. I'm just hoping that I will see some improvement on dull days in the total solar output of these 90 panels over a 24-hour period on those dull days, because what limits the output on a sunny day like this is actually the export manager control box, and that powers down the inverter, because we're limited to exporting 25 kilowatts. Usually throughout the day we're using probably about 7 to 10 kilowatts generating. We're topped out at 30 on the inverter we've got here, so that allows us to export at any one time between sort of 20 and 24 kilowatts. And then when our power goes down at around 4:30, when we stop charging up the Argus during the day from the solar, then we tend to have some reserve batteries that we can put some extra power into, such as the Tesla, and I'll switch that on and try and drain so that we are exporting just about 25 into the evening over the peak period when it's most valuable to the grid.